Hey, you! Get off that grass! You're trespassing on HOA property. Lisa storms across the freshly cut grass, her high heels sinking into the lawn. Excuse me? This is my yard. I've been mowing the same patch for 6 years. Lisa jabs a manicured finger toward my ancient oak. Not anymore. The HOA reviewed the boundary lines last month. Her clipboard gleams in the sunlight as she flips a page. That tree? Community land now. You're in violation. My grip tightens on the mower handle. Community land. That tree was planted by my grandfather after the war. I pull the worn deed from my back pocket. I have the paperwork right here. Lisa's lips curl into a smirk as she taps her HOA badge. And I have authority. She steps closer, invading my personal space. I'm the HOA president, and you're breaking the rules. I shake my head, laughing bitterly. Lisa, this is ridiculous. I gesture at her clipboard. You can't just redraw property lines with a clipboard and a bad attitude. Lisa whips out her phone. Fine, I'm calling the police. Her voice drops to a dramatic whisper. You're threatening me with that lawnmower. I throw my hands up, nearly hitting the stationary mower handle. Are you serious right now? I point at the harmless machine. It's a push mower, not a chainsaw. Lisa turns away, shouting into her phone. Yes, 911? There's an aggressive man with a dangerous weapon on my property. She shoots me a triumphant look over her shoulder. Send officers immediately. I rub my temples, feeling grass clippings dusting my boots. Unbelievable. Lisa points a shaking finger, her designer sunglasses sliding down her nose. You'll regret this. Her voice quivers with faux concern. The HOA doesn't tolerate trespassers. I straighten to my full height, meeting her gaze steadily. And I don't tolerate bullies. With deliberate calm, I restart the mower, drowning out her response as I resume cutting what's clearly my own damn grass. The morning sun was barely above the rooftops when I stepped outside to mow my lawn. The grass was dewy, the sky cloudless, and for once it felt like a peaceful Saturday. That illusion shattered 2 minutes later when Lisa, the newly elected HOA president and self-declared guardian of community order, stormed out of her house. Decked in a blinding neon yellow visor and armed with a clipboard clutched like a battle shield, she shrieked, "You're trespassing!" Before I could respond, she hurled a half-empty iced latte at me. The plastic cup bounced off my push mower, splattering lukewarm coffee across the spinning blades. The hiss of steaming milk against hot metal punctuated her fury. I'm mowing my lawn, I shouted, pointing at the hedge. I haven't even touched the line. But Lisa wasn't hearing reason. With a wild look in her eyes, she stabbed one finger at the sky like she was summoning divine retribution and screamed into her phone, Yes, 911, I have an armed intruder. He has a dangerous weapon. That weapon, of course, was my 15-year-old push mower. I hadn't even had my coffee yet. That's how it started. Over grass. Not an endangered species. Not a chemical spill. Just plain, overgrown grass I trimmed every Saturday for 6 years. But for Lisa, who'd moved in just 3 months ago and seized the HOA presidency like a Roman emperor, this patch of green near the old maple tree, planted by my grandfather after World War II, was apparently community land. Never mind that the tree had been in my family longer than most of the houses in the subdivision. Within 10 minutes, 2 police cruisers screamed down our quiet street, the fastest I'd ever seen them arrive in this sleepy town. I stood there awkwardly, mower idling, as Lisa flailed her arms and waved the officers over like she was directing a SWAT team. He crossed the line, she yelled. He's harassing me. He threatened to poison my roses. The younger cop blinked. He looked down at my grass-stained hands. Any weapons, sir? I shrugged. Just this mower. Oh, and maybe an overdue library book. Lisa didn't laugh. She shoved a crumpled HOA map into the officer's chest. It's all here. The boundary runs along the driveway and through the tree. He's violating community property. The older officer squinted. Ma'am, this is a homeowners association map, not a legal survey. That didn't slow her down. She demanded a trespassing warning, accused me of stalking, and claimed that my dog barked at her child through the fence. I don't even have a dog, I muttered. She might have meant the Miller's Labrador next door. Or maybe she was just scripting her own suburban crime thriller. The cops, clearly worn down already, left without issuing a warning. But as soon as they were gone, Lisa stomped back across her lawn and began hammering wooden stakes into the strip of grass on my side. Each one had a laminated sign, private Shoah property, no trespassing. By dusk, a thick envelope landed on my porch, a formal HOA violation letter. It cited me for boundary infractions and demanded I remove unauthorized lawn equipment from community land. That mower, safely stored in my garage on my property, was now enemy contraband. I laughed. I shouldn't have, but I did. Because Lisa wasn't just annoying. She was relentless. Over the next week, she escalated. She stood at the edge of her driveway, filming me with her phone every time I stepped outside. She reported my brother for parking too close to her curb. She sent an email blast to the neighborhood warning that I was bullying her off her land. I ignored it. I just kept mowing. But when she hammered a stake into the roots of my grandfather's maple, the one with the bronze plaque bearing his name, I lost it. That wasn't just a tree. It was history. That night, instead of calling the police or writing a strongly worded email, I called Jack. Jack Reynolds was the best land surveyor in the county. A Vietnam vet who once mapped rivers in the Amazon and settled mining disputes in Colorado. He was old school, sharp-eyed, and allergic to bureaucracy. He arrived at dawn in a beat-up blue pickup, his GPS rig mounted like CIA hardware. "She staked your tree?" he muttered, spitting out a sunflower seed. "That's dirty." He got to work pacing the lawn with a GPS tracker and an old county plat map. I handed him my deed's legal description. He brought a metal detector to find the original property pins. Within minutes, Lisa stormed out in pajama pants in fury. "You're not authorized to survey HOA land without a permit," she barked. Jack didn't flinch. "Ma'am, I'm a licensed surveyor. Permits don't apply on private land. And according to the county, this ain't yours." She stomped back inside, probably drafting another flyer. By noon, Jack called me over to a patch of dirt near Lisa's driveway. "Here's where it gets spicy," he said, tapping his tablet. "This rebar pin matches your deed's coordinates. That garage of hers, a third of it's on your lot. Same with that patio and fancy fire pit." I blinked. "You're sure?" 100%, he said. "She's been living on a lie." He documented everything. Photos, GPS tags, pins, even the capped irrigation pipe buried under her patio. That evening, against my better judgment, I rang Lisa's doorbell. She cracked it open just enough to snarl, "What do you want?" I held up the folder. "The boundary cuts through your garage. You're on my lot." She scoffed. "What a scam." I opened the report, showing her the signed survey and county documentation. "This isn't a scam, Lisa. It's the law. Keep your signs off my tree." She tried to grab the papers, but I pulled them back. "I'll email you a copy." She slammed the door so hard the porch light rattled. The next morning, 3 new laminated signs went up, bigger this time. "Property dispute in progress, HOA, protected area." She was turning the neighborhood into a live-action soap opera. I forwarded everything to my lawyer, Sarah. Sarah was soft-spoken but ruthless. She reviewed Jack's report and cracked a rare smile. "She's toast. She can buy the land, remove the garage, or face a quiet title suit. Don't say another word to her." That was fine by me. Meanwhile, Lisa roamed the sidewalk with a measuring tape and notebook like she was auditioning for CSI Suburbia. She left a fake citation on my door, claiming my lawn was 2 inches above code. Then came the Facebook post, a picture of Lisa pointing to her garage with the caption, "Urgent. Neighbor trying to steal my land. Support your HOA president." She called me unstable, accused me of bribing the county, and even claimed I was planting fake stakes at night. My neighbor, Mrs. Carter, bless her, brought me a printed copy. "She's stirring the pot, dear, but it's utter nonsense." Still, the damage was done. Someone dumped oil near my driveway. Another neighbor backed into my fence. But then Lisa overplayed her hand. The Thompsons, a young couple down the street, showed up on my porch. "She told us you were a squatter," the husband said. "Said you weren't the real owner." I showed them the survey. Within minutes, they were furious. "She's unhinged," the wife whispered. Sarah wasn't idle either. She filed a quiet title suit and uncovered something juicy. Lisa's garage extension had been built without a permit 10 years ago. "This is a zoning violation," she said. "If she pushes this, her garage comes down." Lisa, oblivious, called an emergency HOA meeting in her backyard. She wore a headset and held court like a televangelist, waving a binder of doctored documents. The HOA board issued a cease and desist. "Letter against me for harassment," Sarah chuckled. "It's a bluff. She just handed us more evidence." Lisa doubled down. She pointed a camera at my kitchen window. She posted flyers calling me the instigator. That's when Greg, the HOA's quiet accountant, contacted me anonymously. We met at a cafe. "I've seen the real numbers," he said, sliding over receipts. "She billed $4,000 to upgrade security for that illegal garage." He hadn't signed off on it. Sarah grinned when she saw them. "She's not just a nuisance. She's a fraud." That night, as I sat under the maple, I realized Lisa's war over grass was about to cost her everything. The lawsuit hit her porch like a grenade. She stood frozen, staring at it. No screaming this time, just silence. But she didn't quit. She hired private security to install motion sensors and called the police again, claiming I'd filed the lawsuit to harass her. The cops, now familiar, rolled their eyes. "You should see the survey," I said. One officer muttered, "We're about to charge her for wasting our time." Then came another twist. Jack found the capped pipe under her patio connected to an unregistered well. On my land. Lisa had been siphoning water for her garden. The county fined her again, forced her to tear out her prized sprinklers. When she tried to list her house, she lied about the square footage. The inspector corrected it. She screamed at him in the driveway. Greg finally made his move, drafting a no-confidence vote. Lisa called it a coup, but the HOA treasurer backed him, revealing more discrepancies. At the emergency HOA meeting, Greg laid out the evidence: zoning violations, misused funds, fraud. Lisa tried to talk. Her voice cracked. She pointed at me. "I just wanted order." I stood, calm, tired. "I just wanted to mow my lawn. No one's above the law." The vote was 4-1. She was stripped of the presidency. The next week, the county inspector posted a bright orange notice: demolition ordered. Unpermitted structure, $15,000 fine. She waited until the final day to tear it down. I watched from the maple bench as her garage crumbled. Her precious patio turned to rubble. Jack brought me coffee. "You held your line." Then he spotted it. Another pipe in the rubble. A second wellhead. Lisa had been stealing water the entire time. The county slapped her with another fine. She tried to sell. No buyers came. She left quietly one gray morning, her SUV packed to the brim. No flyers, no speeches, no goodbye. As I sat on my porch, morning light filtering through the maple leaves, I realized this wasn't just about grass. It was about standing firm when truth is under siege. It was about legacy, and now, finally, it was about peace. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful tales of resilience and justice. Your support allows us to keep delivering valuable insights and stories that inform and inspire people everywhere. Thank you for watching Work Story and see you in the next one.